No, sir. Sir, you're not audible yet.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible now. Okay. So, very good afternoon once again, dear participants. And here we are going to commence our second session of the day. And we have Dr. Satyakam Dubey, sir, with us from IBMR. IPS Academy. And good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Satyakam Dubey, sir, an accomplished academician and administrator with over 25 years of distinguished experience in education industry. Sir currently serves as Director Admissions at IBMR, where he leads the comprehensive strategy planning and execution of admissions across diverse disciplines with vision and precision. A gold medalist in MTech from Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya and a mechanical engineer graduate from SGITS Indore, Sir brings together a rare combination of technical depth and managerial insights. Sir excellence as a teacher, mentor, researcher, and as an institutional leader. Throughout Sir's career, Sir has held several key leadership positions, including head of department, center director, general manager, consistently demonstrating excellence in strategic planning, academic administration, training, and business development. Sir's professional journey began with Tata Motors, after which Sir transitioned to academia. Sir has guided and inspired countless students at graduate and postgraduate level and also mentored several doctoral researchers, leaving an enduring impact on both technical and management education. We are truly honored to have Sir today. Sir's visionary approach, professional acumen, and commitment to institutional excellence continue to inspire educators, learners, and participants today. And please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Satyakam Dubey, sir. It's indeed a pleasure to have you, sir. The audience is all yours. And now I would request you to please address the gathering. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So, good afternoon, all. I'm Dr. Satyakam Dubey, and I would be taking you through the topic which is related to ethical AI, which is more important in today's era. Now, it's very important over here to understand the objective of this session. The reason is basically we would want first and foremost that each and every individual over here moves out with after gaining something from these sessions. Uh, Apart from that, another important thing would be that we as individuals are all educators, and we are over here in challenging times, I would say. Why I would say challenging times? Because if you have read the Ernst and Young report that has come right now, we would all realize that uh, we as educators are facing huge challenges. Uh, if you would have read the report that has come recently, close to around 86% respondents of that were surveyed in that report, they actually felt that AI is more dependable as compared to educators. Now, sitting over here, it would be important for us that we, as individuals, understand that we need to redefine our roles in this era of artificial intelligence. Uh, we are very fortunate that we are living in changing times. The reason is that gives us an opportunity to basically to learn and unlearn continuously. These opportunities become very important. The reason is that we would then be in a process where the process of learning and unlearning will be a continuous process, and we would then be having a huge impact as far as the students are concerned. I would be sharing my screen with you. Just give me a minute. Just a minute. I'm facing certain problems in screen sharing. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Satyakam, sir, we cannot hear you, but yes, we can see the screen. Please unmute yourself, sir. I think you're muted by mistake.
Is the screen visible
Yes,
now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible and visible. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just start with a basic presentation. This is just an eye opener just to start off with. Just go through it once, and then we'll start with the presentation.
Sir, sir, we cannot see that video on the screen. We cannot see that actually. It's just showing the Zoom window.
Is it visible right now?
No, sir, not
Is it
yet.
visible right now?
No, sir, it's still the Zoom window we can see just.
Just a minute. And the audio was visible? The audio, it
No,
was audible?
no. Neither it was not even audible. I mean,
Was not even audible. If we feel that students would not be using AI, or we would not be using AI, or our stakeholders would not be using AI, I guess that is not possible. It is the reality of today's world if we talk of artificial intelligence. Also, it has moved from optional to essential. Uh, there was a time when people were not aware of artificial intelligence. People were not aware of the tools as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Now it is a part of every business function. And as reports are suggesting, gradually it is growing and it is infiltrating in areas which we have not even thought of. So AI is no longer a niche tool. It's an operational brain in every business function. Uh, it has entered medicine, it has entered engineering, it has entered management, it has entered law, it has entered public administration. It has entered every field that we can think of. The stakes are high and the risk also is extremely high. Uh, Definitely, when we talk of artificial intelligence, when decision making is done using artificial intelligence, there are a lot of threats that are there, like the algorithmic bias, the data privacy disasters, the reputational crisis that may be faced because of wrong data or biased data that would be there. So the stakes are high, and similarly the risks are also high, because you are totally dependent on artificial intelligence in taking any decision forward. So we have to be we as educators and management students who would be future leaders would have to be very sure of the kind of decisions they are taking, the kind of data that is being used as far as those decisions are concerned. Also, a very important aspect is that compliance is becoming critical day by day. Global regulations are coming. If you are aware of the UNESCO Charter that is there, which has listed close to 11 points as far as ethical AI is concerned. Uh, EU AI Act, which is there, which is in place. India, as such, does not have an AI Act, but we are in the process of creating an act as far as AI is concerned. Uh, it is expected to replace the IT Act, which is there at present, Information Technology Act 2000 and Digital Personal Data Act 2023. So there would be changes as far as Artificial Intelligence Act is concerned, which would lead to more of compliance, and hence we would have to make all the students and all the stakeholders aware of these compliances in days to come. Uh, the new role, graduates, the future graduates, they would be responsible leaders in the future. They would be taking up uh, leadership positions that would actually create differences in the society, which would bring differences in the society. So the decision making that they would be doing, that has to be close to perfect, not perfect, I would say, but close to perfect as far as possible. Biases should be minimized as much as possible. So when we talk of artificial intelligence, they they would be in positions where they would be governing artificial intelligence and not just only using artificial intelligence. So for business education, this has become an important aspect as far as we are concerned. Uh, Ethical AI versus responsible technology. Let us first, because these are the two parts that are there as far as the topic is concerned. When we talk of ethical AI, the core focus over here is the morality and moral integrity of the artificial intelligence system itself. Ethical principles basically would be providing the moral compass, and responsible technology would be serving as the practical implementation as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Also, the concepts, there would be a lot of overlapping between ethical AI and responsible technology. Uh, uh, but high-level values and societal impact uh, would be a part of ethical AI, whereas responsible technology would basically focus on the action part, on the governance part, on the part of the tools that are being used during the AI life cycle. So when we talk of the core focus, the moral integrity of the AI system itself would be the ethical AI part, and responsible tech would be a broader application which would encompass the entire technology life cycle and the socio-economic effects that it would be having on the society as such. Uh, when we talk of the key principles as far as ethical AI is concerned, basically, when we talk of the key principles, there are basically rather five key principles, which is fairness, equity, transparency, explainability, and accountability. When we talk of ethics in AI, ethical AI, fairness has to be extremely important. The entire data that is there, it has to be absolutely fair as much as possible. If it is not fair, then definitely there would be biases, there would be problems that would be coming up in the long run. Also, equity, where it gives equal chances to all. There are examples that are there as far as fairness and equity is concerned, that are there, where because of the data set that was taken up, the test data set that was taken up, and that we see this in hiring, majorly in HR, where the resumes that are taken up as the test data, if they are of a particular format or if they are of a particular gender, then it may lead to a lot of bias that would be there, and the output that we would be getting would not be fair. Also, transparency and explainability are also going to be very, very important. They too are the key principles as far as ethical AI is concerned. When we talk of transparency, the way of working of the AI model, it needs to be transparent. The data set need to be transparent, and accountability. If anything goes wrong, who is at blame for it? These things are still unanswered in certain ways. But when we are talking of AI, these questions always have to be raised. As far as responsible tech is concerned, the key issues, yes, data privacy, again, a major concern nowadays, because if we talk of our Aadhaar system itself, which is there as far as India is concerned, data privacy is very, very important. Data threats are very, very crucial these days as far as the working of these systems is concerned. Environmental sustainability, digital well-being, and platform governments, these would be part of responsible tech. The goal in both parts, as far as ethical AI is concerned, would be to ensure the design and deployment of AI systems to adhere to moral and legal standards wherever they are. And as far as responsible tech is concerned, to manage the holistic impact of all technology on people, profit, and planet. Both these, when we talk of ethical AI and responsible tech, they both are actually intertwined. They are not, they would not be, they have a symbiotic relationship between themselves. When we talk of ethical AI, basically ethical AI would be setting the vision, and would be contemplating the broader societal implications and human values that should be guiding the AI development part. It would be asking philosophical questions related to the pillars that we talked about, related to fairness, related to privacy, related to autonomy, and potential for harm. Responsible technology would actually be the application part, would be the playbook. These ethical principles would be converted into concrete, actionable steps, basic tools that would be there, basic frameworks, governance frameworks that would ensure that AI is developed, deployed, and monitored in a safe, fair, and transparent way that would be there. Ethical AI, definitely the goal is to ensure fairness for all users, and it would require responsible technology practices, like whatever data sets that we are taking up, they need to be audited for bias, the algorithms need to be audited whether they are right or they are wrong. Also, the ethical AI is imperative to protect human autonomy and responsible technology features, basically where human beings would be in the loop itself. So uh, this would allow actually meaningful human oversight and intervention. So ultimately, the combination of both would be needed: ethical AI as well as responsible technology, as far as the present day circumstances is concerned. Uh, the key challenges that would be there as far as ethical AI is concerned, algorithmic bias would be a very important challenge as far as AI is concerned. Uh, Now, when we talk of AI, there would be a lot of data that would be needed, and that data, it is quite possible that there would be human and historical prejudice as far as this data is concerned. So when we talk of bias, there would be algorithmic bias. There could be algorithmic bias in various ways in AI algorithm. So first would be bias training data. This is basically the most common type of bias that would be entering into the AI algorithm. And this bias basically, where the data that we are using would itself be biased. As the example that I've given related to hiring, where this happened with various firms, where the data that was used for the training of the algorithm, that data itself was not correct. Majorly, the data was data of male members. So during the hiring part, females were excluded. So therefore, definitely, when we talk of AI, it is not fair as far as the algorithm is concerned. So the first and foremost is bias training data. Also, the algorithmic design itself may be flawed, uh, which actually which would be a technical part that would be there, where the algorithm that has been designed itself is flawed. So even if the data, the training data that is there is good enough, but the algorithm itself is flawed. And the third is the human bias in evaluation. Ultimately, when we talk of decision making, the decision making, humans need to be involved in decision making. And when preconceptions would be there, that can lead to human developers to interpret and apply the algorithm return results in a biased way, even if the output itself is correct or is neutral. So these are the types of algorithmic bias that can creep in, and which are a big challenge as far as AI is concerned. Uh, there are real-time examples for this, when we talk of, say, facial recognition. Wherever facial recognition is used, जैसे हम डिजी यात्रा की बात करते हैं, जहाँ facial recognition use होता है, so many a times bias would be there, where a particular some particular skin colored people may not be detected that easily as far as facial recognition is concerned. Also, um, uh, when uh, healthcare departments start using artificial intelligence, where they may be flagging people on the basis of uh, the spend that they have done on healthcare. So there may be certain communities where actually the spend may be less, but the need for healthcare would be more. So there a bias would enter. Also, as far as criminal justice is concerned, particular communities could be targeted because of AI and because of flawed algorithm, or because of algorithmic bias. The next key challenge would be privacy and surveillance. When we talk of AI, there's a huge amount of data that is needed. Now, when we talk of a huge amount of data, privacy of that data would be very, very important. It would be very, very important. So as AI grows into the next stage, the applications come into the next stage. This is a very big challenge that would be there, so that the data that is there at all levels, privacy is maintained, leaks are prevented. Generally, when we talk of large language models, a lot of data is collected over there, and a lot of data is shared, and that data may include personal information also, and any leakage in that data would be catastrophic. Uh, that would also be one more important part as far as privacy is concerned. Also, when we talk of surveillance, uh, again, like when we talk of public facial recognition models that are there as far as AI is concerned, over there, again, a lot of data is there which is used for surveillance, and AI powered surveillance. They basically move to continuous monitoring of individuals. Now, for these also, it is very, very important that that we need to take care that all the data that is there, that is practically in safe hands. Transparency again is very, very important. Transparency is important because the entire data, the entire algorithm, where the data is coming from, what is the size of data, that all needs to be very clear, because there would be, if lack of transparency would lead to difficulty in debugging or challenging AI decisions. So transparency should be there, so that the decisions that are there, we would be in a position to challenge the AI decisions. Accountability vacuum again is a key challenge, because as of now, when AI causes harm, who is legally responsible? Who is morally responsible? The developer, the deployer. There are chatbots that are there. There are chatbots that are there, and I can take up examples. As in my introduction, it was said that I handle admissions. I had an inquiry that had walked into our campus, and when they asked the fee that is there of the institute, I told them that this is the fee, and they said that no, sir, we have searched it on the web, and this is not the fee. And that fee was actually provided to them through Gemini. Now, they did not even dwell further to actually go to the institute's website and check for the fee. So when they came over here, they felt that, okay, there's some kind of miscommunication that creates a lot of mistrust that is there. So now, whom should I actually question? Should I question Gemini for the same? When I told them to dwell further, that, okay, where have these results actually come from? Please look at where have these results come from. So then they realize that these results have come from different sites. They have not come from our site as such. And I had to actually give a call to the person whose site was mentioned over there. Fortunately, I knew that person personally, and on the phone, he actually apologized for wrong data that has been hosted on his site. So whom should we hold accountable AI is concerned when it causes harm legally or morally. Major stakeholders when we talk of AI ethics, majorly there would be four stakeholders that I can think of. Academics, definitely, we would be a stakeholder because we are the people from engineering background, people from management background, because developers as well as people who would be using them, they would be a major stakeholder, and that is the reason why I've written it right at the top. Academics definitely is a major stakeholder. Government is also a major stakeholder. Now, it's very, very important that the government needs to spell out a policy document as far as AI ethics is concerned. And this needs to be framed, and every individual needs to be educated about this policy as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Also, intergovernmental entities for creating global awareness and agreements. I have already talked about this, like the European Union AI Act is already in place. UNESCO has listed down 11 statutes as far as AI is concerned. So the intergovernmental entities, they also need to be very aware, and they need to be proactive as far as ethical AI is concerned. Companies, private companies, yes, they need to create internal teams for ethics. They need to create codes of conduct. In fact, in India, many of the companies like TCS, Infosys, they have created this, and they need to establish industry best practices as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. When we talk of ethical AI, what all is at stake? What all is at stake? So most importantly, first and foremost, when we talk of ethical AI, brand reputation and trust. When we talk of the digital landscape nowadays, brand reputation is going to be the most valuable asset that would be there as far as an individual or a corporate is concerned. The consumers and the investors, they would always prefer ethical companies. So as far as companies is concerned, building ethical AI which is fair, transparent, accountable, actually the brand reputation would be strengthened by that. Also, a failure, an ethical failure, can lead to widespread backlash, immediate erosion of trust, and that is going to be costly, and it is going to be time consuming to repair, definitely. We actually are aware that if you are aware that there were certain people who were excluded from the public distribution system because of Aadhaar. The problem that happens in Aadhaar, where biometric reading is not it is not able to read biometrics as far as old people is concerned. The backlash basically comes on the government, and the government has to take corrective action as far as that backlash is concerned. So brand reputation and trust are going to be very, very valuable as far as ethical AI is concerned. It is actually the most important pillar as far as ethical AI is concerned. Next is risk reduction and compliance. Actually, when we are talking of ethical AI, when we are using ethical AI practices, basically what they do, ethical AI practices mitigate massive financial and legal risks. And the misuse of data or producing discriminatory outcomes, this actually decreases. And if this decreases, then lawsuits, fines, and so on and so forth, that would actually go down. And also retrofitting, as we talk of as we talk, or in management, DRFT, do it right the first time. The principle of DRFT, where it is always advisable that whatever we do, we should do it right the first time. So actually, ethical AI helps in reducing the risk and increasing the compliances as much as possible. Also, sustainable and responsible innovation. Now, as business managers, as business educators, we need to train our students. We need to make our students aware that ethical AI is actually about making your business future-proof. We all know that gradually AI is actually going to eat up a lot of mundane jobs. Now, my words over here are mundane jobs. I'm not saying that AI is going to replace human beings altogether. This has happened in the past also. I am from that era when computerization had started, and it was said that people would lose their jobs and computers would be doing all the jobs. But people have not lost their jobs. The nature of job has actually changed altogether. So we need to make all our students aware that basically when you are talking of AI, when you're talking of ethical AI, you are making your business future proof. You are making yourself ready for the future. So when we talk of building AI, having solid ethical foundation right from the start, this creates actually a more robust, trustworthy, and explainable system, which is actually easy, to audit, and it is easy to be accepted also by the public in the long run. We are aware of the problems that may be faced as far as AI. If you're aware that there were people who were uploading their photographs and creating certain photographs in a certain style, and then they realized that there is a very big chance that these photographs may be misused, right? So when we are talking of ethical AI, it has to be very clear. The concept has to be very clear that we need to make systems which are going to make our business future proof. Also, competitive advantage. Also, competitive advantage. Ethical AI is actually going to be a differentiator as far as the processes are concerned. In the future, market differentiation that would be there. Just a minute. Yeah. In the future, basically, when customers, partners, governments, they would be when they would be choosing basically between comparable AI solutions. Those solutions which would demonstrate fairness, transparency, accountability would be the ones which would be there in the market for the long run. There are certain historical examples of AI bias which are there in the Indian context also. So for loan and credit scoring model, now what these do, basically the problem is where AI models would be assessing the loan applications, and they would be using digital and alternative data. A very simple example when we talk of CIBIL nowadays. I am an individual who would not have taken a single loan because I don't need a loan. I don't need a loan means I am competent enough to pay back things without taking a loan. Now, when I go to take a loan, the rate of interest that is being offered to me is more as compared to a person who has taken loans earlier and repaid them in time. Okay. So when we talk of loan and credit scoring models, definitely there could be certain algorithms that would exhibit a bias against individuals. Now, this example that I'm taking, this is also a type of bias. But then the question may come that how else do we rate a person's credit worthiness? that question may come, and definitely somewhere or the other, it is give some and take some. So in these models, the algorithm actually would be unfairly flagging applicants from on the basis of the area that they are from. Basically, if they would be from an informal economy, because the data that they would be taking would be some kind of digital data that would be present, and it is very much possible that people who are there in the rural economy may not be very well versed with that kind of data that would be there. Also, the natural language processing model, where again the data sets would majorly favor English or few dominant Indian languages, but there would be regional languages that would be there. If you talk of Maharashtra, in Maharashtra they have actually taken up an AI model where for the panchayats that are there, and they have included Marathi in that, and that is doing quite good. The third case, which is the public distribution system leakage detection, basically, where AI and data analytics to optimize public distribution system. Now, these systems again rely on digitized records, and it is very much possible that uh, for certain people, those records may not be updated. As you are aware, even in the Aadhaar system, they have made it mandatory that we would have to update the Aadhaar on a timely basis. So again, a bias would have come because of the use of AI. Moving ahead. So AI and academic integrity. Now, this is one very, very important part as far as we educators are concerned. AI, and majorly when we talk of academics, generative AI, Chat, GPT, Gemini, these are going to be very, very important. We see students totally relying on these AI apps that are there, AI models that are there, as far as their assignments are concerned, as far as the work is concerned, as far as their studies are concerned. Uh, Now, the core challenge lies in navigating the ethical boundaries between using AI as a helpful tool and abusing it. Let's be very honest sitting over here that we cannot refrain students from using these tools. Definitely, they would be using these tools. In fact, we need in coming times we may have to encourage them to use these tools. Because when they would be moving into the market, these tools would all be there and these tools would be helping them. But there has to be certain guidelines that are there as far as colleges are concerned. For every college, there are certain colleges who have adopted certain guidelines as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, but many of them have still not done so. If you go through the Ernst & Young report that was published a few days back, when they surveyed close to around 66 higher education institutes, less than 50% institutes have actually have guidelines for ethical use of AI in college. So this is one thing that we as educators would have to ponder on, would have to discuss, would have to frame, and would have to follow. We need to be very clear that, okay, if they are using AI, they need to disclose the use of AI. Also, plagiarism softwares that are there. We in our institute are using plagiarism softwares which actually depict plagiarism as well as AI usage. They depict both. Now, when we talk of usage of AI, if an outline is being made for if an outline is being made as far as an project or an assignment is concerned, fine, that is acceptable. But if the total content that is being used using AI, then definitely that is going to be definitely questionable. So we as educators, as academicians, we need to work on developing a guideline for ethical use as of AI in our colleges and higher education institutes. Now, the steps towards ethical AI. Again, this is also going to be very important. Rules and regulations, clear laws that have to be there in place. As I have already talked about, when we talk of ethical AI, then we need to talk of guidelines. We need to talk of guidelines that have to be established. And these guidelines and rules and regulations have to be very clear about transparency, accountability, and fairness. Diverse perspectives always, when we talk of ethical AI, people from all backgrounds need to be included in the teams to identify and mitigate biases early. Now, this is not only in implementation, but when developing artificial intelligence, these would majorly be steps while developing artificial intelligence also. Also, continuous evaluation. The AI systems need to be continuously monitored. Because they would be adapting to the evolving societal norms and ethical standards. So continuous evaluation needs to be done on a regular basis. Also, we need to educate the stakeholders. All business leaders, policymakers, developers, they need to be made aware. In fact, even our students at this stage need to be made aware that what is going to be the importance of ethical AI. International cooperation, again, the steps have already started as far as international cooperation is concerned, where UNESCO and European Union, they have already taken steps forward, where they have started actually elaborating the tenets of ethical AI. Also, studies, funds need to be actually put into studies that are going to focus on studies that are going to create technologies aligned to basically human rights. When we talk of responsible tech, one very important part, this is a very important slide as far as our students is concerned, which is a tech smart framework. This is an acronym that is there, tech smart framework. And what does this mean? What does this mean? All our students need to be equipped with these core principles of responsible and ethical behavior in the digital world. All our students, many of us sitting over here are parents also. For parents also, this is going to be very important, because these are going to be the tenets that are going to equip the students for their behavior in the digital world. So first, when we talk of tech smart, first is take care. So whenever we are talking of ethical behavior in the digital world, we need to take care. We need to take care of self. We need to take care of others also. We know a lot of malpractices are going on as far as the digital world is concerned. And if we are aware of any malpractice that is happening, we need to take care not only of ourselves, but we need to take care of others also. We need to make others aware of malpractices also. So as educators, as all institutes, we need to take care that all our students are aware of these things. We need to explore. Every idea that is there has to be explored critically. Whatever is there on the net, which is there, on the digital platforms is not true. So we need to explore. We need to question all ideas critically. Copyright, yes. Intellectual property, copyright has to be. We need to adhere to the rules that are there. Also, we need to be hyper aware of cyberbullying and harassments. Trolling is one thing that is actually there, as we are all aware, and this is one thing that affects young minds a lot. Self-image. Uh, we all need to make our students aware that digital footprints cannot be erased. So whatever you're doing on digital platforms, that may haunt you in the future. So any kind of comment that you're making, any kind of representation of yours that you're doing, that needs to be, you need to be very clear about that. And with all AI models that are there, as far as recruitment is concerned, as far as hiring is concerned, what may flag your name that you may not be aware of. I am aware of individuals who would be searching certain things related to terrorism, and uh, they actually got certain questions that had come from ministries related to why are they searching about these things. Because these AI models now are in place to flag things which are unusual. Mental wellness, yes, very important as far as our students is concerned. Digital detox, we would be facing these problems where students would be too dependent. Why students only? We ourselves also would be too dependent uh, on the digital platforms that are there. So we need to decrease the dependence on these digital platforms as much as possible. A digital detox would be very, very important as far as our lifestyle is concerned. Accountability, uh, again, anything that we do, we need to be accountable for the same. And when we are accountable, our decision-making process would actually be better as compared to when we are not accountable. So we need to be accountable for all that we do. Net etiquettes, which is net etiquettes, that is also important, because net etiquettes are actually, again, when we talk of the digital footprints are permanent records, and your reputation is actually linked to your digital footprints. Also, think before you click. Now, this is one thing which the older generation also needs to understand, because whenever they would be getting anything, they would first click, first open up. So one needs to be very, very important. The government is also spending a lot of resources as far as this is concerned. Now, incorporating ethics in curriculum. Now, when we talk of ethics in curriculum, we as educators, I have listed down 3 methods that would be there. The first method is the case studies method, which we are actually doing. Case studies take ethics out of abstract and place it in squarely in the real world, allowing students to analyze consequences and stakeholder impact. The kind of Facebook data practices that are there, the kind of Instagram practices that are there. So we need to take up case studies related to ethics in AI and discuss the same with the students. The second method is experiential learning and simulations. Now, when we talk of experiential learning, uh, these are basically things which would be happening with us on a day-to-day basis. Uh, when we discuss these things on a day-to-day basis, then students would be learning a lot as compared to case studies is concerned. And the third is applied ethics integration. Now, I'll just explain this once. Now, my view of ethical AI in academics is very clear. Every subject that is there, every specialization that is there, needs inputs related to ethical AI, because the future is going to be ethical AI. Also, when we talk of applied ethics integration, this method ensures ethics woven into the fabric of all project-based assignments, making it mandatory component of professional output. When we talk of ethics in education, ethics is an is a part which cannot be separated as far as education is concerned. So we definitely need to incorporate these in the curriculum by whatever method we can. We have been doing it. Uh, Ethics in management is a subject in most of our courses that we have. But now we need to integrate ethical AI in management. That is also going to be very, very important. And that is going to be a subject which is going to be a subject of the future. Best practices for faculty members. Uh, First and foremost, interdisciplinary approaches. Now, when we talk of AI, actually, what happens in AI is uh, uh, it is an integration of various fields, right? It would not only be fields related to management, but when we talk of ethics, yes, philosophy would be there, law would be there, engineering would be there. So, an interdisciplinary approach would be very, very important, would be very, very applicable as far as ethical AI is concerned. Also, the curriculum needs to be flexible. Uh, the assignments that are there, they need to keep pace with evolving technology. Whenever we teach students, like this happens with us, when we are teaching students, I am basically an engineer, so I take majorly quantitative subjects. So when I take quantitative subjects, when we explain processes to them, these processes are there when they go and search, they use the AI tools, they get all the processes over there. So what we need to do as educators, we need to actually explain the logic behind the process. Because many a times when students, they would be using AI, they would not be using AI in the right way. So when we explain the logic, I'll give you a very small example. When we were taking up matrices in the class, applications of matrices, when we use the row transformation method, so there are certain operations that can be performed, and there are certain operations that cannot be performed as far as row operations is concerned. So when I explain the logic to them, that these are the operations that can be performed and why they can be performed, and the operations that cannot be performed and why they cannot be performed, then it made it more understandable. Okay? So yes, this was just a small example, but when we talk of AI tools, we as educators would also have to keep on changing and updating our assignments as the tools are being updated. I know that this is a big challenge. This is going to be very, very difficult. But yes, as educators, we would need to do this. One very important thing that we can use is real world scenarios in this. Whatever current is happening, data that is recent, data that is there, that has just come up. Uh, so the if we are using recent data, which is not always possible, so these real world scenarios will actually help equip our students more as far as ethical AI is concerned. Also, guest speakers from industries can help us out. Many of the educational institutes would actually be doing this. They would be calling guest speakers, and they would be having guest sessions for use of AI and for ethical AI, and how AI is going to be useful for the future. But we need to increase this, and we need to focus on integrating the use of AI with all specializations that are there. Uh, Model ethical use. Uh, uh, Again, teaching and work. When we talk of the teaching and the work that we are having, we need to be very clear about what is the model ethical behavior that is acceptable as far as teaching and work is concerned, and we need to follow that in totality. We cannot keep a yardstick for the students, and we cannot keep a yardstick for ourselves. The yardstick has to be same for both. Uh, Also, all the students, we need to move in for inclusive AI literacy as far as the students are concerned. Now, many of the students that we would be getting in smaller B schools, in engineering colleges, also, they would be from, their background would be such that they would not be very confident in these things. Many of them would not be in management. Many of them would not be from technical backgrounds. So inclusive AI literacy would be very very important. मतलब कोई भी बैकग्राउंड हो, कोई भी मेजर सब्जेक्ट हो उसका, foundational knowledge of AI, how to engage AI safely, ethically, and effectively. We need to make them aware of that. That is very very important. Uh, we need to promote digital confidence. That is also important. Many a times AI would be one thing which which students initially would not be very, non-technical students would not be very comfortable. At the PG level, definitely many of them would be, but at the UG level, there would be certain students who would not. So we would have to make it very clear to students where we may have to use jargon-free language. We may have to use real-world analogies of which are being used as far as AI is concerned. Critical thinking is again very very important. Now, all AI results that are there, they are not going to be right. So we need to develop this methodology in students as to dive deeper into AI and find out not only the what, but the why and the how also. So that would be important because again, AI has been trained on the basis of certain data. So I need to understand, I need to critically think, and I need to question the results of the source of data also. Also, many a times, what are the limitations that are there? That would definitely come at a later stage, but limitations of the artificial intelligence, that also has to be very, very important. Collaboration and diversity. Again, when we talk of development of AI, uh, if diversity is not there, then definitely the AI would not be fair in its true sense. When I talk of governance and regulation, I have covered a bit of this in the past also. Yes, compliance with laws. Many of the countries are bringing up laws. EU has already brought the EU AI Act. Um, I have talked about UNESCO also. India is also in the process. So compliance with laws is going to be very, 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 very important. Company policies would have to be made that need to be complied with the law. As far as uh, the existing laws is concerned, there are certain laws that are in place. So all that AI that we have needs to be inclusive as far as those laws are concerned. Now, when we talk of not adhering to the laws, the impact of the business, the cost of doing business is definitely going to be there's going to be a future risk as far as compliance is concerned. This is also one more very important concept that we need to make our students aware of. Uh, that is digital citizenship. This is basically uh, this is a concept for navigating the real world, the modern world, to participate in digital society responsibly, ethically, and safely. So first and foremost, when we talk of Uh, so first and foremost, when we talk of netiquettes, teaching netiquettes and rules of the words. Now, this word netiquette actually has actually come from net etiquette, network etiquette. That what are the rules of respectful and professional online communication, such as on social media, mails. Uh, this is not only related to, because when students, when they would be using AI, many a times they may forget that what they would be getting would not be absolutely correct. So they need to question that uh, whether the netiquettes are being adhered to or not. Responsible online behavior, again, digital footprints, which I have already talked about. Uh, Anything that we like, anything that we click, anything that we post, anything that we contribute in the digital space, that would always be there, and it would be very difficult to erase those digital footprints. So these digital footprints, we need to be very responsible right from the onset, uh, so that in the future we do not fall prey to certain things which we would not have liked to happen. Promoting empathetic and constructive interaction. Now, this is one thing not exactly related to the topic, but yes, it is important that responsible. Uh, we need to constructive interaction is important. Uh, it's not, we can always agree to disagree as far as interaction is concerned. ये एक चीज है जो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, जो हमें स्टूडेंट्स को अवेयर करनी है, बिकॉज ये एक चीज थोड़ी सी मिसिंग है. Everybody needs to understand there is nothing that is white, that is nothing that is black. There are certain shades of gray also in life. तो हमें वो एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा कि शेड्स ऑफ ग्रे ऑलवेज एग्जिस्ट. Cyber security and privacy, I think अब ये भी एक these are core ethical and operational responsibilities for every business now, because data ethics, cyber security basics, ethical handling of data, this has become very important. All When we talk of CRM softwares, when we talk of softwares that we would be using as far as education is concerned, handling of data, ethical handling of data has become very important. As far as education institutes is concerned, again, in education institutes, the data that we have, the student data that we have, that needs to be taken care of to the basic level. Equipping educators for the AI era. The toolkits to build a common understanding. Faculty needs to access to establish global frameworks, providing links to institutional or external AI ethic guidelines. We all need to be aware of the AI guidelines. If possible, if we can go through the UNESCO guidelines that are there. So what all are the guidelines that are there as far as AI is concerned, we should all be aware. Also, sample policies. The rise of generative AI tools requires an updation of academic integrity policies. Policies such as permitted and prohibited use of AI, sharing adaptable sample policies ensures consistency across departments. Now, basically, again, we need to define what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. We cannot, in classrooms, we cannot say that AI is not acceptable. But within AI, what is acceptable? Within AI, what is not acceptable? That needs to be defined to the students. And all educational institutes need to take that need to take that forward. Suggested discussion prompts, rubrics for evaluating ethical projects and reading lists. When we are going in for any kind of evaluation, then it is very important that the rubrics that are there, they actually adhere to the grading of students, not just on the technical output, but on the ethical analysis, on the transparency, on the documentation, on the use of AI. We cannot disregard a student who has used AI, but we should be giving credit to the students who has ethically used AI within the guidelines that have been discussed and that have been formulated by the institute. Call to action. Your shared experience is the most valuable resource we have for navigating the new educational frontier and ensuring that our students become responsible digital citizens and ethical innovators. Communication is going to be very, very important. Communication between educators and students, communication of the related to problems that you have faced related to AI, that is going to be very, very important. And this communication would actually lead to the policy formulation and the upgradation of the policies that are there as far as institutes are concerned. Real life applications. There are various real life applications in finance, in supply chain, in marketing, in HR that are there. When we talk of finance, a lot of real life applications are there for loans, for processing of loans. All these applications in supply chain, again, data minimization, synchronization is there. In marketing, in digital marketing, when targeting of audience is done in digital medium, a lot of AI is used. In HR nowadays, because of where companies would be having bulk hiring, the screening of most of the resumes would be done through AI. So we as educators also need to be very aware of those tools, and at the same time, our students also need to be very aware of those tools. This is a small video which would sum up the entire presentation that I have taken, a small 2-minute video. We'll just go through it.
Imagine if robots or computers could think, talk, and help people, just like in movies. Sounds cool, right? But what if those robots made a mistake or were used to do something bad? That's why we need something very important called AI ethics and responsible AI. Let's break it down in a super simple way. What is AI? AI stands for artificial intelligence. It's when machines or computers are made smart so they can do things like talk, understand pictures, play games, and even help doctors. But just like people, AI needs to know the right thing to do. That's where ethics comes in. What is ethics? Ethics is a fancy word that means knowing the difference between right and wrong. Your teacher says cheating is wrong. Your parents tell you to be kind and honest. That's ethics, doing the right thing. What is AI ethics? Now let's connect the dots. AI ethics means teaching machines to make fair and kind choices. It's about making sure AI is used in a way that helps people, not hurts them. Here's a famous quote: "With great power comes great responsibility." Uncle Ben from Spider-Man: AI is very powerful, so we must use it responsibly. Real-life examples. Let's say a robot is used in a school to help with homework, but what if it only helps boys and ignores girls? That's unfair. AI ethics says, hey, treat everyone equally. Or think about a face recognition camera that works well for one skin color but not others. That's not okay. AI must be fair to all people. What is responsible AI? Responsible AI means building and using AI in a way that is fair, no bias, no discrimination, safe, no harm to people, transparent, easy to understand how decisions are made, accountable. Someone must take responsibility if something goes wrong. Think of it like building a robot with a good heart, good mind, and good behavior. Like teaching a kid, training AI is a bit like raising a child. You teach them good manners. You tell them not to lie or hurt others. You guide them to make better choices. We have to do the same with AI. We train it with good data, set good rules, and always check its behavior. Why it matters. Here's why AI ethics and responsible AI are so important. Privacy. Imagine if a computer could see your personal stuff without asking. That's not okay. Responsible AI must respect privacy. Safety. What if a self-driving car makes a mistake and crashes? AI must be tested carefully before use. Fairness. AI should treat people of all colors, ages, and backgrounds equally. Famous examples. IBM Watson helps doctors diagnose diseases, but it must give the right advice. Google Translate learns many languages, but it must be careful with meanings. Chatbots can answer questions, but they should never give false or harmful info. All of this is possible only when AI is designed responsibly. A bright future. If we follow AI ethics, we can use AI to help farmers grow more food, help kids learn better, help doctors save lives. But if we ignore ethics, AI can cause harm, spread lies, or treat people unfairly. That's why every smart AI needs an even smarter human behind it to guide it with values, kindness, and responsibility. So remember, AI is not just about being smart, it's about being wise. When we build AI, we must always ask, is it fair? Is it safe? Is it helpful? That's what AI ethics and responsible AI are all about. Let's make sure that the future is not just full of smart machines, but good ones too. Imagine if robots are...
So just to sum it up, importance of ethical AI in shaping the future. Ethical AI would help in fostering trust, addressing biases, mitigating risks, and promoting long-term benefits. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, with your kind permission, can we have question answer session if somebody is having any question? Okay, do we have any questions? Okay. I think, Satyakam, sir, can we proceed to the closure of the session with your permission?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So I would now like to request Shivangi ma'am to kindly process with the vote of thanks to Satyakam Dubey, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, Shivangi ma'am.
Well, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to Dr. Satyakam Dubey, sir, for his insightful and inspiring session on ethical AI. Sir, your talk beautifully bridges the historical evolution of AI with real business case studies, showing how AI has become our new strategic reality. Your reflection of AI and academic integrity and principle of responsible technology, transparency, fairness, and accountability, and the need to incorporate ethics into the curriculum truly resonated with us as educators. You reminded us that AI is not just a technology tool, but a transformative force that must be guided by human values. The challenges you highlighted for educators, supported by impactful videos, made us reflect deeply on our role in shaping responsible future leaders. Your thought on linking ethics and responsible tech offered a clear direction for reimagining business education, and your inspiring line, नजर को बदलो तो नजारे बदल जाते हैं, सोच को बदलो तो सितारे बदल जाते हैं, कश्तियां बदलने की जरूरत नहीं, दिशा को बदलो तो खुद ब खुद किनारे बदलने लग जाते हैं. Wow, what a impactful line. And it has perfectly captured the essence of transformation through ethical perspective. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for your thought-provoking, value-driven, and visionary session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I would just like to add, I would request all of you to download a report that has come in October 2025, which was compiled by Ernst & Young and FICCI, and it's Future Ready Campuses, Unlocking the Power of AI in Higher Education. If you all can download this and go through it, this would actually be very helpful and would be an eye-opener for all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure to have you. Okay, so dear participants, we are done with the session 2 of day 6, and now we are going to quickly take another 5 minutes break, and we'll be joining after 5 minutes. You can have your quick coffee or tea, whatever is handy for you. And possibly after 5-7 minutes, we'll be starting with the session 3 exactly at 5 p.m. or so. Shortly, we'll be joined by a speaker as well. So let's go for a quick break. Thank you so much.